I do understand that you want to work on your final DI, but I told you last lesson that Tuesday double lesson was your last class time. Plan to do it, and I need to start your second topic on investing and borrowing. So this new topic that's coming up, it's only one test. There's no more assignments for you this semester. That measurement one is it. You have one test early on in term 2, no assignment. So this is not in your book, but it's life stuff that I think you should know. This is one of the more applicable topics that you might ever do at school. And I'm going to try to give you a real idea about it, okay? So the book doesn't give you this terminology. I think it's important that you do get it down for your life skills later on, okay? In the real world, other than family or friends, but depending on your relationship with those family or friends, heck, they might still try to rip you off. Other than family or friends, you are unlikely to be able to borrow money from someone, then just pay them back what you borrowed. Do you think that's a realistic statement? Like, I borrow $100 from my dad and all he'll expect is $100 in return. If it was some rando, I'm going to try earn money off of that guy, okay? So there's terms to do with this. Lenders, they're banks or people with heaps of money, will loan money to borrowers, people who need money, and charge them a fee on top. What is that fee on top? Well, that's what this topic is about. Interest, okay? The money that you borrow or loan is called the principal. The fee that's charged by the lender to the borrower is called interest. So you can think of interest as basically the money that you're charged to use someone else's money for the time being. If you don't have the money, you probably shouldn't be spending it. But do people run around with $400,000 of cash on hand? No, but that's how you're going to buy a house. You borrow the money from the bank, and then they charge you interest, and you're paying it off over time, usually over a period of 30 years. Okay? The fee charged by the lender to the borrower is called interest, and then at the end of the arrangement, the borrower pays back the total amount. What is the total amount? They pay back what they borrowed, which was the principal, and they also pay back the interest. So if you do general maths with me next year, you're going to find one of your assignments is pretending to buy a house. And I'm scared for your generation because if I'm struggling to afford to buy a house, I'm not super struggling, but I need to reduce certain things in my life so I can afford to buy the house. I'm scared for your generation because you buy like a 450 grand house, that's not that expensive these days. Up in Hub, the amount of interest I pay is more than the house itself because I'm paying it back over 30 years. That's crazy, okay? So yeah, if you could get that little rectangle down, that is for your benefit. That's a sick hoodie. Is that real? Is that a real thing?
Probably not.
It's good. I always wanted one. Does it zip up all the way? Does it zip up all the way? Can you do the...
Yeah, I can, but...
Yeah, don't do it now. I just want, just check. Your style is the style I want if I was taller and not so wide. I wish I had your build.
Your build's really good.
I've got hips and loose skin. I can't not wear a shirt at the beach, put it that way. And there's stretch marks. That's not going to go away. Doesn't matter how much cocoa butter I chuck on there, it's just going to be stretch marks everywhere.
Just bulk up.
Yeah, then I'll look like a gorilla, yeah?
I have a Polish cream for stretch marks, but it smells like onion and it
I care
stinks
about
so
that.
bad, but it works really well.
Actually works.
It actually works.
We shall talk later.
My mum used it when she was pregnant.
Okay. That's whatever, man. Whatever it takes. The next video will be like, hey guys, this cream, amazing.
Oh shit.
Well, look, this is what it used to be. Now it's like freaking. I'm excited now.
What's it made out of?
What?
What do you think it's made out of?
I don't know. I'll quickly do the formula. It's only 3 things. The easiest method of calculating interest charged on a principal is simple interest. The interest is a specific interest rate percentage of the original principal. So, If you're asked to, oh, sorry, also I forgot. Simple interest also has the name flat rate interest. So I'm telling you right now, I'm probably going to try to troll you and chuck in questions that don't say simple interest. It says flat rate. Well, flat rate. If you see flat, we're talking simple interest. Okay? So the simple interest formula is this. SI, the simple interest fee, is equal to the principal times by the interest rate as a decimal times by the time in years. I'm only going to give you this formula, but this formula is set up to find the simple interest, but we can rearrange it to find P, R, or T. What are the signs between all of these letters? Adding, subtracting, timesing. So if I want to rearrange, the opposite of timesing by something is dividing by the thing. Okay? Can you please get that formula? How am I going to get a sample of that thing? Are you going to get a little bag? The cream? How am I going to get?
I don't know.
We have to talk.
I might need to get my grandma to shoot
You came straight from Poland.
I'm not sure actually, because like the
I'll
writing's
try
in
anything.
Polish.
I'll try anything. I tried cocoa butter, but my son's allergic to it.
Like a what or something.
Yeah, yeah. But I tried the. It's meant to work, but Leo's allergic to it, so I have it all on me, and I pick him up, and then he gets all high. So
Yeah,
tried something else.
yeah.
The other thing I tried is not doing much.
Mhm.
So this simple interest that we talk about, this is the kind of interest used to buy cars, and also, finance when you go to like JB or something. You're buying a TV and you can't afford to buy it full. They work out how much interest you owe and then break it up over months or weeks or whatever you can afford. Okay? People can't afford a big chunk of money, but they can afford to pay it off big chunk by chunk by chunk. Now let's do an example. Make sure you've got your calculators up, please, so we can. Let me check this on the. Right, calculate the simple interest paid on an $8,000 investment at a flat rate of 7% over 18 months. So what is it asking you to find out of those four things in the formula? The simple interest. And that's what the formula is set up to work out. So SI is equal to, what's the amount? What's the P?
8,000.
8 grand. Times by, this is the only thing where you need to think a little bit.
7.
But, sorry?
7 is the rate.
That's the percentage, but I need to express it as a decimal. So I need to divide that 7 by 100. If you said 0.7, that's a 70% rate. That's supposed to be 0.07 times by, and think as well,
1.5.
T, good, 1.5. If you're ever not sure, or if it's not exactly something like 18 months, which is 1.5 years, let's say it was 19 months. How would I work out what decimal 19 months is a year? You divide it by, how many months are it? Yes, you divide it by 12, okay? But here, logic, 12 months, and 6 months on top, 1.5. So 1.5. Someone write that out for me, please. 8 grand times by $840 interest in that situation. Okay. It's just multiplications. Second one, 2,700 is invested at 5% simple interest. Find the total value of the investment after 8 years. I'm not trying to trick you, it's not smoke and mirrors, but you need to remember that the total value is what I put in the first place and the interest on top. So to work out the total value, I need to work out the interest to start off. So simple interest equals what was being invested here, $2,700 times by, what's 5% as a decimal? 0.05 times by 8 years. Anyone? 1080, well done. 1080 of interest, but that is not what the question is asking. It's working out how much is my investment at the end. So total is going to be the 2700 that I started off with plus 1080, 3780. Can you get those two down? And I just want to do 2 more examples where you rearrange so that I've covered everything. Then I'll shut my mouth and I would suggest that you work on the DI first and you can leave the exercises till the weekend, okay? But the teaching has occurred. You see what I'm trying to do? I don't want those girls to come so to give me that test. I can look at their faces. I'm not ready. Yes, I know.
One was here this morning.
Yeah, so they need to get in the bush. They might just be hiding in a bush somewhere. He's gonna come find me. No, bro, you just got an eye on your report.
I have an eye. I have an eye for something. I don't know what. Oh, it's math last year.
I in say stands for no evidence. But you're not supposed to use I for anything other than sex.
I got an eye and I also got a blue when I tried it.
Blue's like they think that you're more capable and you're just chilling there. There's no blues anymore. They don't have time to hassle those. They're already swamped by the reds. The reds and the yellow. Alright, last 2. Just to show you how you deal with rearranging. Yes, I need to talk about this cream. I need to work out how to get me some of that. You want to earn $6,000 interest on a 4-year investment of 18 grand. What flat rate would you need? I have not given you a formula that finds the rate. I've given you a formula that finds the simple interest. Plug the numbers that you know in and then rearrange after. So this, which one of these numbers is the SI, the simple interest part?
18,000.
No?
6,000.
Good. It says I want to earn 6,000 interest, so that's the interest here. SI is equal to, what am I investing in the first place? To make 18,000, that's my P. What flat rate? So I don't know what R is. That's what I'm trying to find. So I make that R times by T, T4. Good. Does the order of multiplication matter? What's 1 times 2 times 3? What's 3 times 1 times 2? Are those multiplications? So I could rewrite this as I don't know, it's fine. We just we do quick moves. The reason why I do that is because I don't want you to be afraid of working out the numbers that you know. Okay? There's nothing stopping you working out what 18,000 times by 4 is. That gives me closer. So 18 grand times by 4, I've got 6,000 is equal to 72,000 times by R. What's 72,000 doing to R? Timesing. What's the opposite of timesing by 72? So you need to divide both sides by 72,000 to keep everything in balance. That 72,000 is going to cancel itself out, so your calculator is going to spit out 6 grand. Sorry? 72. My calculator spits out 0.083 recurring. That's a decimal right now. I need it back to percent.
8%.
Times it by 100, so 8 point. Good. So therefore, so I rounded this to 3dp. Therefore, 8.3% per annum interest rate. Per annum meaning per year. Then the last one, and I'll shut my mouth. How long would it take to earn $4,760 interest from a $16,000 investment at 8.5% per annum? So what am I finding this time? The P, the R, or the T? Time. So I want to earn 4,760 interest. I invested $16,000 times by, what's 8.5% as a decimal? 0.085, well done, times by, I don't know what the time is. Nothing stopping me working out what 16,000 times by 0.085 is. 4760 equals 1360 times t. What's 1360 doing to time? What's the opposite of timesing by 1360? Divide both sides by that. 1360 cancels itself out, so t will equal 4760 divided by 3.5. What units is t in according to your formula? Yeah, years. It's in year. T is time. Yeah, 3.5 years. Okay, that's that. Let's shut this off so we can talk about stretch mark cream.